The only reason why you don't feel you have to praise and worship God, the only reason why you don't feel you have to praise and worship Him and sing praises to Him is because your heart is hardened. That's one of the ways of knowing whether your heart is in the right place or the wrong place. When it comes to praise and worship and you are struggling, you know your heart is hardened. You know your heart is not soft enough. Anybody who wants to have be able to hear, be able to be able to pick the promptings of the Holy Spirit very accurately. Your heart has to be in a certain state. Your heart has to be in that state, soft and quick to receive. It's very important. Now, I discovered this. I knew praise was powerful, but I discovered this when I read this minister, Rick Joyner's book. Rick Joyner has a book called The Epic Battles of the Last Days. If you can get your hands on it, I don't know where it's been, so whether it's Amazon, if you can get your hands on it, you need to get it. It's a very crucial book for the kind of days and times we find ourselves in. We find ourselves in a time where the devil knows he doesn't have time. So the devil is empowering any people who have decided to serve him. So people who were operating normal witchcraft will be given more power to do more nasty stuff, nasty things, because the enemy knows he doesn't have time. It's the same thing. Any believer, any child of God who also is connected to God and will allow himself, God will release more power unto you to also fight against the work of the devil. This is where we've gotten to. And so as we have entered into places like this, one of the things you see is a lot of an increase in attacks. Witchcraft attacks are increased in those kinds of attacks. If you're a child of God, you are going to come under a lot of attack because the enemy wants to suppress and stop everything. So that's why I'm telling you about the power, and this tool of praise and worship is very powerful. Praise and worship is very powerful. So get that book, Rick Joyner's book, Epic Battles of the Last Days. He says a lot of things over there. God carried him to the end of the world and showed him how God's children were losing the battle to the enemy. One of the things he said was that when you praise and worship, you have come into my presence. You are with me.